Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. In this video, I'm going to have the discussion of the syllabus of first semester BCom General English under the Bangalore University, and this is the new syllabus from the year 2024 under the State Education Policy SEP 2024 first semester BCom General English syllabus under Bangalore University. So let's have a glance at the syllabus. So you have these 8 lessons under prose and poetry section, and under language components you have 6 topics. So the whole syllabus is divided into the 2 sections. One is prose and poetry, and the another one is here language components. Under prose and poetry you have 8 lessons, and under the language components you have here 6 important topics. So let's have discussion of each and every topic one by one. So let's have a discussion about the prose and poetry section, which consists 50 marks. So those 8 lessons will have the weightage for 50 marks in the examination. So very first chapter titled I'm a Ghost, and this lesson is written by the famous Indian director, screenwriter, documentary filmmaker, author, essayist, that is Satyajit Ray. I'm a Ghost. It's a short story about a ghost who narrates his own experiences after death. The ghost reflects on his past life, the people he meets, the world he now observes from a different perspective. The story is a mixture of humor and mystery, offering a unique look at the afterlife through the eyes of the ghost. The author has brought wit and imagination to make the story more entertaining, and it also deals with the themes of life, death, and existence. That is about the story I'm a Ghost by Satyajit Ray. Second lesson we have here, The Verger. The Verger is written by Somerset Maughan, the British author. The Verger is a story about Albert Edward Foreman, a very humble man who works as a verger. Verger means to say as a caretaker, who works as a caretaker at a church. So after many years of his loyal service, he is fired because he cannot read and write. So instead of feeling defeated, Albert decides to start his own business. Over the time, he becomes very successful because he shows the determination and the hard work, which has made him to move towards success even without the formal education. So this story teaches that sometimes challenges can open up the new avenues and the new opportunities. That is the story of the Verger. The Verger means the caretaker. The third lesson we have here, A Letter to God. Letter to God is written by G.L.Fluents, the famous Mexican poet, novelist, and journalist. Letter to God, it's a short story about a poor farmer whose name is Lencho, who writes a letter to God after a hailstorm, a storm who has destroyed his crops. So he writes a letter to God. He believes that only God can help him. Lencho asks for money to survive. So the story highlights Lancho's deep faith and trust in God, as well as the kindness of others. It also shows how the misunderstanding can arise when people's expectations are not met. It's a very simple story and a great touching reflection of faith, hope, and human nature. So that's about Letter to God story. The fourth lesson we have here, another famous story titled My Financial Career. This story is written by the famous Canadian teacher, political scientist, writer, humorist, that is Stephen Leacock. This story is about a man who feels very nervous when he tries to open a bank account. So the narrator is uncomfortable with the formal setup of the bank, and he makes so many awkward mistakes because of his nervousness. So the story writer Leacock has brought here a lot of humor to show how the everyday situations like dealing with money can sometimes feel overwhelming. So this is about the story My Financial Career by Stephen Leacock. Then the next essay, the next lesson we have here, who can be called a great man? That's written by the famous person, Dr.B.R. Ambedkar. And who can be called a great man? It's an extract from the address titled Ranade, Gandhi and Jinnah by Dr. Ambedkar on the 101st birth anniversary of Mahadev Govind Ranade, which was held on 18 January 1943. In this address, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar formulates threefold metric, which he calls a test to measure the greatness of great men. He argues that sincerity, intellect, and willingness, which are necessary to serve the society in the hour of crisis. So these are the elements which distinguish the great man from the eminent man. So that's about the essay, Who Can Be Called a Great Man by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Sixth lesson we have here titled An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. It's a poem by Stephen Spender, a famous English poet, novelist, and essayist. This poem highlights the harsh reality of children who are living in poverty. The poem describes the lives of students in a slum school where they are surrounded by the hopelessness, deprivation. The poet contrasts the bleak environment of the classroom with the dreams and the potential that these children have. But these potentials are very much limited due to the difficult circumstances. So the poem brings a kind of an attention to the social inequality and the need for education, which could be a tool for these underprivileged children. So that is about the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Spender. Lesson number 7, Fidelity. Fidelity, a famous poem by William Wordsworth, the famous romantic poet. And this poem is about loyalty and devotion inspired by nature. The poem tells the story of a faithful dog who stays by its master's side even after the master has passed away in the wilderness. Even after the death of master, he stays there. Through this simple yet touching scene, the poet emphasizes the idea of unwavering loyalty both in animals and in humans. The poem reflects Wordsworth's love for nature and the deep emotional connection between living beings. It also highlights the themes of faithfulness, love, and the beauty of nature. So, that is about the famous poem Fidelity by William Wordsworth. Now we have the last lesson in the section Prose and Poetry, My Mother's Sari. My Mother's Sari is written by Vaidehi. Vaidehi's full name is Janaki Srinivasa Murthy. She's popularly known as Vaidehi as a pen name. She's very famous modern Kannada language fiction writer. And in this poem, this is a very touching poem by Mother Sari. This poem reflects on a child's deep emotional connection to the mother through a simple and everyday object that is her sari. The poem beautifully captures how the mother sari represents warmth, security, and comfort in the child's eyes. It's more than just a piece of clothing, it symbolizes the mother's presence, love, and care. Whether he uses the sari to evoke memories of childhood and the special bond between mother and child, making the poem both nostalgic and very heartwarming. So these are the 8 lessons you have in the section Prose and Poetry, and that is for 50 marks in the examination. Now we are going to have the discussion of the second section of your syllabus, that is the language component, that means to say the grammar, for 30 marks. So here we have very first topic, comprehension passage. So here a passage will be given in the textbook. You have many passages for the discussion, and comprehension passage will always enable you to enhance your reading skill. You'll be able to capture new vocabulary. You will learn how to frame the sentences, and moreover, you will learn the scheming and scanning. The second topic you have here, vocabulary building. Under this caption, you have the sub-themes like prefix and suffix, homonym, collocation, synonyms, and antonyms. So you have plenty of exercises in the textbook as far as the vocabulary building is concerned. So you need to study prefix and suffix, homonym, collocation, synonyms, and antonyms. The third topic you have in the grammar, that is active and passive voice. So you need to learn the tenses to get mastery over active and passive voice, and probably as far as the tense is concerned, you need to learn the reported speech also. So you have reported speech in the syllabus, and the same standard is being followed as how you used to solve the passages and the dialogues, the conversation in your 12th standard or in your second PUC. The similar types of exercises you need to deal to know about reported speech. Then the fifth topic you have here, to develop your writing skills, we have three important segments: sentences, phrases, and clauses. So we learn here the types of sentences, the types of phrases, and the types of clauses. So a lot of exercises will be given in the textbook as well as in the classroom, so that the teacher will deal so many different exercises so that you will be more equipped with the sentences, with the phrases, and the clauses. And the last topic in the grammar you have here, essay writing skill, essay writing. So by now you'll be more skillful to develop an essay, to write an essay. So the short essay you need to develop here to enhance your writing skill, to enhance your speaking skill. You need to develop the short essay writing, the short essay. So friends, this is how you have the syllabus here. These are the 8 chapters you have, and these are the 6 important topics in the examination in your syllabus. So as far as the examination is concerned, the examination will be for 3 hours, and the 80 marks, the question paper will be for 80 marks. Remaining 20 will be for the internal assessment. So for the 80 marks question paper is divided into the 2 sections. First, section A, prose and poetry. Here you have you have here 2 marks questions, 5 marks questions, and 10 marks questions. Then you have language component, comprehension passage 5 marks, vocabulary building 5 marks, active and passive voice 5 marks, reported speech 5 marks, and sentences, phrases, clauses for 5 marks, in the short essay writing 5 marks. So this is how the skeleton of your question paper. And to get more information about each and every topics, you stay connected with my channel Mukesh English. In the days to go, you'll be getting all the videos on all these topics, and you can find all the videos links in the description box in the future, as well as you can also check the playlist of SEP First Semester BCom Bangalore University. So if you have liked this video, click on the like button, share this video among your friends, and write in the comment box. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, please do subscribe to get more videos on a syllabus. If you have any queries, you can mail me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. The email ID is on the screen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay connected with Mukesh English.